Hey everybody, it's Lee Asia from Life Changing Mission. I'm checking in to continue our LCM Read series with 13 things mentally strong people don't do. I am reviewing chapter 2 today, and before I get started, I just wanted to check in with you all and make sure that you're feeling well. Check your own self, make sure that you're feeling well. Lately I have been at a mental block with certain things, and some of these things really came in handy, and I'm still working on it. But that just means that we're human and that life is all about perseverance, and we just can't give up. So I'm outside, so if you hear some noise, excuse me. Today we will be reviewing chapter 2 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do. Highly recommended book. Last week we talked about self-pity, and that having self-pity for yourself is not necessarily going to serve you, and that there are ways that you can reshape the way you think about that. So I do recommend that you go back and listen to my first video for our LCM reading. Today I would like to talk about how 13 things that mentally strong people don't do. Number 2, they don't give away their power. So giving away your power could mean a lot of things. But in this instance, I will go through a checklist and see if you resonate with any of them. Do you feel deeply offended by any criticism or negative feedback you receive, regardless of the source? Other people have the ability to make you feel angry that you say and do things you later regret. You've changed your goals based on what other people have told you that you should be doing with your life. The type of day you're going to have depends on what other people and how they behave. So there are many more, but as you can see, there's a pattern here. The pattern is other people. And so when you allow other people to create a different energy or vibe, guess what you did? You gave away your power. So if you're working on being mentally strong, this will be something you're working on, which is not giving away your power. Why do we give away power, right? Well, the reason why is because sometimes it's easy. It's easy to give away your power. You put off the responsibility of your feelings and your emotions because you're blaming everybody but yourself. You're not taking responsibility. So it makes sense. Like, you just push off the burden and keep it moving. What you don't realize is that it's detrimental to you and to the people around you. That's a big problem. Because what happens is it starts to become a dependency on other people. You're relying on other people to fulfill things within you that you could be working on by yourself all along. And by yourself, I mean like you connecting to the higher source. If you're letting other people run the show and letting them define your worth, you're letting them kill your vibes, you're giving away your power. So it's not recommended. It's not recommended. You avoid addressing the problem. So you're never really going to tackle the root of the issue. You're just going to keep pushing it away. And at the end of the day, it's not getting resolved because you never chose to tackle it. And then you start to do the whole self-pity thing again, which is becoming a victim when you don't realize the power that you actually have in the situation each day. And then you also can't handle criticism when you give away your power because you don't even know yourself. Because if you don't know that you hold that power, that means you don't know yourself. And oftentimes you can ruin relationships because you're putting a lot of pressure on the people that you love around you. Now, I can say this has been and still is a struggle for me personally. I have been giving away my power for a long time. And it wasn't until recent that I decided to start reclaiming my power, which is what I'll be talking about in just a sec. But it's hard, because when you've been in this cycle for so long, and it's so easy to just put it on everything else but you. But when you start this process of reclaiming your power, you will realize that you were in charge this entire time. This entire time you've been in charge. So how do you reclaim your power, right? It's hard, and I'm still working on it, but this is how you do it. You figure out the people that you have given your power to. So who around you has taken your power, or did you allow to take your power, right? Was it your ex-boyfriend who you still dwell on, or a parent? Was it a friend that would constantly give you certain vibes? What took your power, or what triggered you to give away your power? It must have been something difficult for you. Identify that. And next thing, you need to reframe the way you talk and think about it. Because if I walk around saying, my boss always makes me feel like horrible or whatever, or I don't know, I have to invite my in-laws for dinner. I have to, right? You're giving away your power. Because at the end of the day, no one makes you do anything. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. You don't have to do anything. It's your choice. And if you don't sit there and acknowledge that, I mean, seriously. So the first step is to just talk about it different. Say, I am choosing to let this person make me feel this way right now. I'm going to choose to invite my in-laws because I feel that's the right thing to do, right? But you need to really think it through. Use your critical thinking skills to really determine if this is the decision you want to make, and walk in your truth. That's how you start reclaiming your power. Do you really want to go to this event? Or do you have to go because it's an obligation? Think about that. Think before you act, pretty much. If you're in a situation and you feel like your power is being taken, or you're starting to lose your power, take a moment. Take a deep breath. Excuse yourself. Say, give me a minute. Let me think about that. And really just, you don't always have to solve a problem right then. You can distract yourself and then come back to it later, so that you can sort things out in your mind. Because sometimes when we react like that, impulsively, your power is not so much in control, because you're more likely to give it away in those moments. So by taking that moment to get away from it, you start taking your power back, because now you can come back more refreshed and more prepared for the situation. Listen to the people around you, but think about it critically. Everything people say doesn't have to be taken to heart or personal. You take in what you feel will serve you and release what doesn't. That's how you reclaim your power. And then you ask yourself, do I want to change any of my behavior? Are you happy with what you're doing and how you're reacting to things? Because if you're not, it's time to make those changes for yourself. Not for anyone else, not to keep your job, not to keep your boyfriend or girlfriend, not to keep being in good graces with your in-laws or your parents. You're doing it for yourself. You're changing your behavior for yourself. Realize that you can make those decisions for yourself. And the end result is you will become stronger. You will become a better version of yourself. You'll develop a better sense of who you are, and you will just feel more empowered because you realized who's in charge, right? Who's running the show? Who? Is it you? Is it me? Is it the person next door? Who's running the show? And then once you start to realize the power you have, you can forgive those that you feel were trying to steal your power. It reduces your stress because you know that in your heart you have forgiven and you can move forward. And you will start to be okay with your history, because your history says that you gave away your power for so long. But by forgiving, you will know that things can move forward now. And you don't have to take responsibility for that anymore. And just continue to be forgiving, because being forgiving will help you, see things from that other perspective, but not take it personal. So what's helpful when talking about reclaiming your power? You have to use language that acknowledges your choice. So I'm choosing to be mad right now. That's how you got to talk, right? I'm choosing to sit here doing this video. I don't think I'm gonna be late to work, but if I am, then I chose to be late to work because I sat here and decided to put this content out for you guys, and that would be my consequence. I have to set healthy and physical boundaries with people if need be, because you have to know your triggers. And if you put those boundaries in place, then you'll be more able to navigate your triggers, and you'll be able to protect yourself and keep your power. And being proactive when you make choices about how you respond to other people, right? Think about it. Plan for it. If you know you're about to deal with certain things, mentally prepare for that so you know I'm in charge. Choosing forgiveness is always good, like I said. Examine feedback and criticism without jumping to conclusions. Even if they are malicious, or even if they're not coming from a good place, still be open-minded about their feedback, because that is still a perception. Are they always right in how they feel about you? No. But listening with an open mind and taking out of it what may serve you is still a good approach. You know what I mean? Receive it and do what you got to do with it. Sort it out. You're not obligated to take it all in. No, just listen to it with an open mind and take out of it what you need. Use language that this was not helpful. Don't use language that makes you a victim. I have to blah blah blah. Well, I didn't have a choice. Yes, you do. You always have a choice. Feeling anger and resentment is never a good thing towards people. It doesn't help. Reacting to others and then blaming them for the way you handled yourself? Come on now. Doing things that you don't want to do and then blaming others for making you do it. Come on now. You make those decisions. You can't put that on nobody else. If you chose to go to whatever event and you didn't enjoy it, that was your choice. You knew that when you're going that it's a possibility it could be whack. Come on, take responsibility. Oh, you guys made me go. No, don't put that on nobody else. Choosing to hold a grudge and harbor anger and resentment. Those grudges will kill you. Because guess what? Those people, they don't care if you're holding a grudge or not. No, it's you. You are suffering. So it's up to you to let go of that and forgive. And allowing feedback and criticism to run you and control how you feel, that's the last thing you need to do. Because that's when you really give away your power. People will pick up on that and they will use it to their advantage. If they know that just 2-3 words can set you off, they're going to take advantage of it, because perhaps they haven't healed within themselves. And they're going to do that because hurt people like to see other people hurt, because it makes them feel less lonely. But don't allow that. Don't allow that. It's a choice. It's a choice. I strongly encourage you, LCM community, to reclaim your power today. Stop pitying yourself. Reclaim your power. It's an everyday battle. You can have your power this moment and the next moment is gone. So it takes a lot of patience and willingness to want your power back. Are you willing to put in the work? I am, because I have been far from mastery. But I am aware of myself and I know what I need to work on. And I'm going to keep pushing. It gets rough. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will try to see you next week with chapter 3. And please share this, because you may already have these things mastered, or you might, already be aware of these things, but there's a lot of people that don't even know. They don't even know that they can make these types of changes for themselves. And it's important that we continue to spread the word and spread awareness, because the only way that you can walk in your purpose is if you heal thyself and continue to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Thank you for listening, and please share. Like I said, check out our LCM page. We're doing LCM Run, LCM Gratitude, LCM Read now, and we are continuing to add on. Get in nature. It feels good. Have a great rest of your week. LCM community.